Will now recognize the ranking member of the subcommittee, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me start with our representative from GAO. You've indicated that some things can lead to, but you did not say have led to, nor have you said they will lead to. And I want to use this moment to clarify, because this coordination issue is something that's important, but it's not something that has led to anything that is negative. Is this a correct statement?
Well, I would get one example of where better coordination in terms of the sequencing and timing could have been improved, and that was in the FSOC put out its rule on designating non-bank financial companies before the Federal Reserve had defined what it means to be predominantly engaged in financial activities. And so that's an example of where we heard from the industry this isn't helpful in terms of the sequencing.
I understand, but the point is that nothing has been done that has led to an adverse impact on the economy. That was what the question had to do with when you addressed it. Is this a fair statement?
This is a fair statement.
All right, and you've also indicated that some good things have been done with FSOC. Reiterate, if you would, some of the good things that have been done.
Certainly. One of the as Mr. Garrity has talked about already, is the committee structure that FSOC set up in terms of interagency makeup of those committees and the work that gets done at the committee level. In addition, FSOC has met all its mandated study requirements and issued 2 annual reports that are comprehensive and contain information for the public. OFR has been working to stand up an agency while fulfilling its mission, which is a challenge, and they've been working to hire and retain top talent. In addition, OFR has developed a working paper series to examine critical issues facing the nation.
And while you have some recommendations, is it fair to say that you did not, and your report does not connote or denote any fatal flaws?
We identified a number of areas where we think improvements could be made.
I understand improvements,
right.
But you haven't identified any fatal flaws. What I'm trying to do is make the record clear as to you have recommendations, but you have not concluded that there are fatal flaws in this process, and that there will take some time to work out the recommendations that you've called to our attention. Is this a fair statement?
Yes.
Thank you. And the truth is that with new startups the size of FSOC and OFR, it takes some time to develop systems and techniques and methodologies. Is this true?
Yes.
And is it true that while you have given your recommendations, you also understand that as time progresses, they will have greater opportunities to do greater things, and when you re-examine, conceivably these things can be remedied. Is that a fair statement?
We believe all the recommendations we have made could be implemented and would improve both agencies.
Now let me go quickly to the representative from FSOC. You've indicated that you've issued 2 annual reports. You've designated 2 entities as significantly important, and you've had 9 open session meetings. Is that right?
That's correct.
Just elaborate a little bit on how you work with the various entities to produce the work product that you've called to our attention.
Thank you, Congressman. I think the work process that we've established, as Ms. Clowers identified, is primarily through interagency standing committees. The Council has 15 members, 10 voting members, 8 of whom are independent regulatory agencies, plus the Treasury Secretary and an independent member with insurance expertise. In addition, there are 3 members from the state the state regulatory community, as well as Dr. Berner and the Director of the Federal Insurance Office. So we have a very wide diversity of views, and we've benefited greatly from an open and collaborative process that runs through committees that allow all 15 members of the Council to engage, even on topics that are a little bit outside of their natural expertise. And we think that's very important, because one of the key lessons of the crisis is that sometimes things that are happening in one area of the financial system could have impacts in other areas of the financial system. One of the great examples of this in terms of the Council's recent history is in Superstorm Sandy. And what you saw is the Council met at the principals level 2 times in 2 days. And what we really saw in that instance was the benefit of having federal regulators, both securities and banking on the same phone call together, and also the benefit of state regulators. So we were able to get the state banking commissioner perspective on the operational challenges in New York, New Jersey, and affected areas, as well as preliminary loss estimates both at the federal and state level. So I think we've seen that this open and collaborative approach allows the vast expertise of the membership of the council to really contribute on a range of issues that come before the financial system.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.